Life is an adventure of twists and turns, unexpected detours, delightful surprises. So this weekend, embrace the quirks, laugh at the mishaps, marvel at the unexpected discoveries along the way. We have a mix of energies promising to bring in aha moments, ingenious insights, giggles and laughter, and most importantly, clarity in our path going forward. So sit back, relax, let's explore the cosmic energies together. We can gain an understanding of how to embrace this energy, utilize this energy, and move forward today and every day. Hi, I'm Tilly. This is Tarot with Tilly. Thank you for being here. Thank you for all the positive, loving support you send me each and every day. You guys absolutely rock. Welcome to your weekend focus for March the 13th and 14th, 2024. So we'll start with the numerology. On Saturday, we have the 13 energy. The 13 energy is actually a very lucky energy, but what happens to us under a 13 energy may not seem so lucky. It's usually in hindsight when we look back and we say, wow, if that didn't happen, I'd never be here today. And how great is today? So it's only in hindsight sometimes when we realize the luck that we actually have under a 13 energy. So whatever happens to you today, take it with grace. I mean, meet it, go through it. It's meant for you, it's meant to be there to maybe shift you a little bit on your path, to open you up to a new experience, a new perception. 1 plus 3 is a 4 energy. The 4 energy is about home and family, absolutely. It's also about our foundations and building our foundations strong. It's having our ducks all in a row. And if we look at the daily numerology for Saturday, it'd be a 4 plus a 4 plus an 8. Now that gives us a 16 energy. The 16 energy is all about awakenings. The 16 energy is understanding what has truly been holding us back, where those limitations are, where we have allowed the limitations to be in place, and we break through those glass ceilings. We go past what we thought was a limitation in our life. We succeed. We we break free. 1 plus 6 is a 7 energy, and the 7 energy is all about standing in our truth. It's also about creating beauty, harmony in our environments, in our relationships. On Sunday, we have the 14 energy. Now, the 14 energy is having more by having less. It's also about understanding the true balance, the true recipe for happiness, joy, the feeling of success, the feeling of safety. It's our own special recipe of how we feel grounded, not what makes other people feel safe and grounded, but what makes you feel safe and grounded. So it's getting to know yourself a little bit better. Also, having more by having less. We don't need a lot in order to go forward. Okay, we all have too much stuff for the most part. 1 plus 4 is a 5. The 5 is about creating joy and happiness, laughter, giggles. It's about allowing your creativity to flow. It's about being a little bit more sensual or romantic. And if we look at the daily numerology, we do a 4 plus a 5 plus an 8 gives us a 17, making the impossible possible. It's a renewed sense of hope, belief that we've got this, that we can do this, that, we build on a courage, a strength. We have more self-confidence, usually under a 17 energy. 1 plus 7 is an 8, and that is abundance in your pocket. That is growing your finances, prosperity, wealth, stature. Okay, the astrology. Sun is in Aries for just a couple more days. Our moon is in Gemini as we awake on Saturday. Yes. And shortly thereafter, I think it's about 2 o'clock in the afternoon, it will move into Cancer. So our focus will now shift towards home, family, comfort, and safety. So it really matches our 4 energy in our numerology. It's a period for self-care, nurturing our emotional well-being, creating a safe place for ourselves. It allows us to understand the importance of bringing in a balance between caring for ourselves and caring for others. Okay, we need to make ourselves more of a priority in life. Now, Mercury is semi sextiling Uranus, okay, and that's going to invite a very playful sense of humor. Okay, now under this energy, we'll perceive the world probably in greater detail. We may trip upon original or ingenious discoveries. It's a time to think outside the box. It's time to embrace an unconventional solution to a challenge that you're currently facing. So think outside the box rather than doing the tried and true in trying to go through that challenge. We'll need to stay flexible. We'll need to stay open-minded to see these ingenious insights come in. So don't block anything that's coming in. Take it all in, and you may start to have some innovative ideas on how to utilize that for your own purposes to move yourself forward. And yes, stay flexible, keep an open mind. Okay, we want those aha moments to come in, and those opportunities may appear, so we need to be alert and looking for them. Now, Mercury is also semi-sextiling Jupiter, so that's inviting us to consider our future with an optimism, with a confidence. It broadens our outlook, it enhances our decision-making skills, and we can visualize our path forward with a sense of clarity under this energy. So it's a great time to connect with like-minded people. It's incredible energy to approach this weekend with a very positive mindset. It's a time to plan, make a strategy, set your intentions for the weeks and months to come. Okay, let's go to the cards. We have the Hierophant there. Always a big card at the bottom there, but they haven't been coming out in the actual reading. Okay, our underlying energy is they prove me wrong each and every time, don't they? Oh my gosh. So the Hierophant is here, determined to be a part of this reading this weekend for us. The Hierophant, it's looking at the tried and true. Absolutely. It is, you may be seeking out wisdom from a mentor, somebody who's walked the path, somebody who has the knowledge. But you could also be the one that people are guided towards to bring in wisdom. This could be a highly spiritual time for you. Have that conversation with God, your angels, your guides, the universe, of where you want to go, of what you want to accomplish, of what you want to bring into reality in your life. And it's a beautiful time to offer up the things that we can no longer deal with. So, give it up to God. If it's too much for you, give it up. They'll take care of it. Trust me. Then we have the Tower card. So that is a 16 energy. We've talked about the 16 energy. This is about awakenings. Look at us breaking through that glass ceiling there. The aha moments, the epiphanies of understanding where we have allowed limitations to rule our life, where we have believed that we can go no further than that. It could have been just a lack of confidence within ourselves, but our confidence is rising, our strength is rising, our courage is rising. And we break through the glass ceiling. We break through that limitation, that thing that is blocking us. Maybe it's a habit, maybe it's a behavior, maybe it's a person, maybe it's an environment. For each of us, it'll be something different. But there are things blocking us, otherwise we'd already be in that best life ever. So when we see them this weekend, we want to stand up with the courage, with the strength. We want to take a risk on ourselves and go through. So where do you need to step up to the plate? Where do you need to color outside the lines? Where do you need to take a step into the unknown? Where do you need to instill a new belief within yourself? A new understanding of your talents, your abilities, what you actually bring to the table, not what people have told you or led you to believe, but what you know is within you, your mastery. Wow. Okay, so we started with the Hierophant as the underlying major arcana. Then we have the Tower, major arcana. Now we have the Wheel of Fortune, major arcana. This is beautiful energy. This is a lighter energy. This is telling us that the seasons are changing, that the energy is changing around us. To go with the flow, to go with the wheel, to keep turning, to not try to stop it, to not try to stagnate that energy, but to step into it, to start writing new chapters about what your life should be looking like as you go forward. Your dream life, your path forward, the goals that you want to accomplish. Small and large, but I think, under this kind of energy that we are experiencing in the here and now, we want to make those large dreams a possibility in our life. And yes, it may take us several years actually of a path in order to actually get to the part where we really think we're successful. And we may have to roll up our sleeves and get to work. We may have to raise the bar on what we do and how we do it. But we're okay with all of that. So start writing those new chapters. And as you write those new chapters, bypass those limitations altogether. And then we have the Six of Cups. The Six of Cups is definitely here. Now, we are in Mercury retrograde. This could mean that somebody's coming into your life from the past, but I don't really see it as this. I think that as we look into the past, we see where somebody has told us we shouldn't, we couldn't, we mustn't, we can't. And we believe them. If you just want to go into child psychology for a minute, from to the age of 5, if an adult or somebody that we look up to, like a big brother, a big sister, a cousin, anyone, and they say something to us, we believe it. We change who we are in that moment in time to fit the mold of what they want us to be. So when we're sitting there and we're picking at our food and we're eating our peas and throwing them in our mouth, they lean over and they say, "Oh, you should use your fork." People don't like it when you eat like that. They don't think you're a good class of person. They don't think that you are a respectable person. You don't want people not to like you. You want to be liked, right? So then you started using your fork. Okay, that helped. But what about when they said it in other things that we did? When we skipped down the street and they said, "Oh, you're a little old to be doing that," don't you think? I was in a group of teachers and superintendents and whatnot, and I said my old line of, when did skipping become, something we were not allowed to do? And they all answered at the same time, grade 1. So but it's still fun to skip down the street. Have you tried it lately? Well, what have you been told that you can't do, that you shouldn't do, that you mustn't do, that people of your standing wouldn't do that? What makes you think that you're supposed to be successful in any way? What makes you so special? Well, I don't know. Let's start with you're a miracle. You're a beautiful spiritual being having a human experience, that you are a part of the great connection of the divine. I don't know. That's just off the top of my head. You could probably come up with a few more if you thought about it. The beauty of who you are, of the expectation of, look at all those flowers. This is really the representation of the beauty of the world and how you want to embrace that beauty with a passion, with a desire, with a enthusiasm. But you were told you shouldn't, you couldn't, you mustn't, you can't. An angel appears and said, "These flowers were meant for you all this time." It really is about us pushing through some challenges that we've always allowed to push us back into our place. And I think this is a time when we can really break through some of those limitations that have been guiding our life in little small ways, where when we become conscious of our actions, when we become conscious of what we say no to. So when you start growing your dream, when does the dream stop? What plateau does it get to before you say, well, I couldn't go any further than that? Why not? Because I think you could. It might take learning, it may take more work, but could you not do it if you put your mind to it? Could you not do it if you had a passion to do just that? I'm going to pick a couple more here. We got the Three of Cups. This is all about having fun, giggles, laughter. Also, good news could come in. And we have the Justice card. So, wow, we end it with just one more major arcana card. Strong energy. This is about understanding what has value, what supports us, what moves us forward, and what stagnates us, what pulls us back, what burdens us. And to release those things that do that. To allow a freedom and expansion and liberation to enter your life by letting go of those things that don't support you, that have no value in your life going forward. This is the time to make that commitment to yourself, set that goal, put that dream, that passion into motion. And then to show up, to give it the focus, to give it the attention that it deserves in order to become the success you see it to be. So it is strong, strong energy for making a plan, making a strategy. Set your intentions for the next weeks and months to come. Give your future some thought of what you would truly want to step into. Yeah, take it into the fairyland a little bit. That's okay. Because when we have Saturn in Pisces, it will ground us. It will take away all the little fairy dust that we sprinkled on it and make it a practical approach. We have celebrate differences, the three energy. We have the three of cups, and we have here celebrate differences, the three energy. I think we had this card recently, did we not? You understand that everything in life comes with an opposite. Even within yourself, you have a polarity: male, female, high, low, good, bad, light, dark. It's our differences that make us unique. We all come from the same collective and all have the light of the inner soul. The more we learn and grow in our thoughts and attitudes, the more understanding and compassion we can develop within our lives. Take a moment to appreciate an individual for the qualities that they are sharing with you and find what learning can be gained from the situation. We'll get the animal cards here. And we have the Nine of Fire, the Gazelle. Okay, the Nine of Fire. You've worked hard, and what you've created is impressive and worthy of protecting. Annoying challenges may pop up, but don't worry, you'll get through them just as you have in the past. So know that there is many times in your life where you thought maybe you could you just couldn't do it. You weren't going to make it through. There was no way you were going to survive this. It was the end. It was the little dark pit coming for you, and you made it. You made it through, and you've made it through time and time again. At some point, you started believing in yourself and what you could do, and you move forward and you move past. Now, I think any kinds of challenges that we have this weekend are very easy to go through. The hard part is, once again, picking up the bat. Okay? Once we swing, once we have the concentration on that ball and we swing, we'll knock it out of the ballpark. But we have to show up and pick up the bat in order to do that. Otherwise, that ball could come right at us and conk us out, hit us right in the middle of the eyes and knock us out cold, right? Because that's what usually happens. And we wake up tomorrow morning and say, well, I should have done it yesterday and I don't have time today, so I'm not going to be able to do that for a couple more days. And we put it off and we move it around and we shuffle things, and we ignore them, and it's time to move through them. So be the gazelle. I mean, can you imagine being a gazelle? They jump so high, they run so fast. So feel like the wind this weekend. Feel the the sense of release from being the wind, from being light as a feather and just being able to just go through anything with no bumps in the road. Not even noticing those challenges as you go through them, to create your tomorrow, to bring in tangible results into your reality going forward. Until we meet again, remember, I do love you.